you want to avoid when buying a home. This is Linda Barr here, your Denver North Realtor, and I am really excited for today's video because it's going to be short, sweet, and to the point. I want to share it. I want to get it out there so that you guys don't make the same mistake. There is a lot going on in the real estate process when you're purchasing, when you're selling, but these are 3 things that I'm going to throw out to you guys. And the number 1 thing I first want to talk about is not getting pre-approved for your mortgage. A few weeks back, I actually did a collab video with Walter Parker, one of the many lenders that I work with right here in Denver. And he and I went through this whole video, I will have it linked up here, on the top reasons on why you should get pre-approved. Now, we all know that this is gonna be one of the biggest expenses you are dealing with. And you need to know and be clear on exactly what you can afford. And another big thing is knowing your costs, guys. Having this pre-approval letter, having like your ducks in a row, as I always like to say. So you know exactly where your budget is, where you need to be, what it's gonna cost you. And this is one thing that I always stress to my buyers is before we even get started on anything, I always ask, have you spoken to a lender? The second thing that I want to talk about with you guys is don't let your emotions make your decision. What do I mean by that? So some of the things that I want to make clear is when you are in that pre-approval process, you're obviously talking to a lender. You're going to set your budget. And with me, you're going to know your absolute deal breakers. Finding those things that are an absolute must and then those things that you can skim on, because I'm telling you right now, there's no such thing as the perfect house. I mean, if you found your perfect house, congratulations, that's awesome. But there's always gonna be give or take. You're not always gonna get exactly what you want, or you're gonna be like, okay, well, I'm gonna give up this because I really want this, or I really want that, so I'm gonna like be lenient on this. It's just knowing that. And these are all the conversations that we are having even before we start looking for homes. The other thing that kind of paves the road on that we will go through together is being realistic. So again, it's finding those things that you're willing to compromise on. For example, like when me and my husband were looking to buy, we found that we have to compromise this thing, especially now that we actually are like in our house and we have everything, like we have to compromise in decor, we have to compromise on colors. There's certain things where he's like, oh, I want to do this and I have this, and I'm like, no. Or I'm like, oh, I want to do this and put that there and have this, and he's like, no. Like we veto things left and right all the time. So it's like finding that common ground so that we are compromising so that everyone is happy. Because at the end of the day, it is our home. It's not my home. It's not his home. It's our home. Another thing is not to get over emotional about a house that's not even yours. So I've seen it time and time again. You go to a house, especially in this market with multiple bids, and you're like, oh, I absolutely have to have this. Like, this is mine. The emotions are there. The feelings are there. There's just so much going on. And then knowing that it's like, oh, well, there's all these offers, there's all this stuff going on, and I'm like, well, yeah, but you said that you absolutely wanted this, but not that. As you start looking, you actually may change your mind on some things, and there may be some tweaks. These are all conversations and things that we're going to be talking about, and of course that you are going to be talking about with, obviously, if you're moving in with somebody or if you're just moving by yourself. This is all part of the process. But I am also there to help you, rein you in when your emotions are going crazy, because you will see it all the time where people will make decisions on emotions. They will be in regret lane later. This is why it's so healthy for everyone to be in contact with each other. Everyone's talking between your agent, your lender, and yourself, your spouse, or anybody who's involved in the process. As long as everybody's well informed and you guys are on the same page, this is what's going to help not to cloud your judgment when it comes to that time to purchase a home. The last thing I want to share with you guys is don't ignore the neighborhood. Make sure you stick to your location. Maybe you're in an area where you're like, oh, I really like this neighborhood. It's beautiful, it's awesome, but you're not really quite sure maybe about the neighbors, you're not sure about the crime, you're not sure. You have all these questions, you're not sure about the school district. This is where doing your own research and finding out all you can on your own is perfect. Talk to the neighbors that are there when you go tour the house if you're concerned about that. Go talk to the local police department if you're concerned about that. And if you're unfamiliar with the school district and you have children that you need to send, go talk to the school district. There's so many things that you can do to make yourself completely aware of an area that you may not be aware of. Another thing is to always remember, guys, especially if this isn't going to be for your personal residence, this is another property they're buying. You're either doing a fix and flip, or maybe you want it to be a rental property, or maybe it's just gonna be an Airbnb. Just remember that you can always fix up a property, but you can't change the location. And that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was informative and it gave you guys something. And if you guys did get something out of this, please don't forget to hit that little like button. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Hit that bell notification when you subscribe. You will always be notified when I upload a brand new video. If you did get something of value or you did like it and you know somebody who's maybe has the same questions or is maybe looking to buy, please share this video with them so that I can also pass on my information to them as well. And if I don't see you around Denver, I'll definitely see you on my next video. Bye!